everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh my gosh, I timed that so perfect. That song was just ending. Oh, oops. But then I let it go a little too fast. It couldn't be actually perfect. That would have been silly. That would have been too silly. All right, let's swap music to something a bit more chill. That was a bop, though. It's called Johnny the Bot by DJ Cutman, as you can see in the top. Or no, the next one was called Johnny the Bot. What was the first one? Who knows? It's on his new album, Turbo Mode. Just go listen to the album. It's good. Okay, anyways. I found an album called Disney Peaceful Piano Lullaby, and I thought, holy shit, my kid is going to lose it over this. She's going to love this. She hated it. She was like, Mommy, where's my normal music? Because she asks for like, sorry, I'll just swap over. She asked for like classical music at bedtime now, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh, she's been really into like Disney songs, even though we don't really watch Disney movies. She's been really into like Disney songs. So I was like, maybe this is perfect. We'll like play this, this album that's entirely Disney songs, but played all nice and soft like lullabies. She was like, no, because, kids like repetition and they like knowing what to expect. And so she's flipping through all of the songs and she's like, where is the one? She didn't say this exactly, but I knew exactly what it was that she was having trouble with. And she was like, where is the song where the picture is the lady with the violin? That's my favorite song. Where is it? It's not in this list. Where is my normal music? I hate this. I was like, okay, never mind. I won't just spring new music on you ever again. No, what is the song actually? Oh, where's my phone? I thought I brought it in here. Did I not? Now I'm worried that my kid stole it. Oh well. Her tastes are too refined now. I know. Oh, actually, I could just go on because I use Spotify for that too. I could just, okay. So it's in the playlist Classical for Sleeping is the name of the playlist. And I know exactly what picture it is. Yep. It's this song. I will copy song link. I'll paste it in our Discord in the Dodger stream chat. But it's one of those like violin concerto number 3 in G major, like just a million. There's just like so much. But that's the song by Mozart. And that's what she wants to listen to every night at bedtime. And then whatever it turns into after that is fine. But she needs that to be like, she needs to specifically find that song. Oh my God. I smashed my head against part of Clark's door like 3 days ago. And if I touch anywhere around here, it hurts really bad, but it doesn't hurt unless I touch it. So I just forget. I just forget until like then I'm rubbing my head or something and I'm like, ow, ow, what happened there? Oh, right. I remember now. Clark's door makes it sound like a cat door. I wish. I was trying to find our hairbrush. Yes, we are one of those families where everybody just shares the same hairbrush because Lord knows. I can't find it anywhere, so I'm like, all right. That's fine. I just don't want to deal with it today. So I was gonna put it into like cute, good looking pigtail buns. And instead, we're gonna get messy, low down, dirty pigtail buns. Great. One. Clark and I were gonna go blackberry picking this morning, and we started going through all of her clothes in her room, and she was like, "Mommy, I think that we should do some drawing." So we stayed in her room and did some drawing, and I kept being like, "Do you want to go? Do you want to go do blackberries?" And she was like, "No." Okay. Never mind. You were so jazzed about it this morning, but I guess not anymore. No longer. I don't know what the back of this looks like, but it's probably a disaster. Yeah. No, Mommy. Blackberries later. Now we do drawing. Okay. All right, that's chill. Oh, I hear her. She's like, "You talking shit?" They really do. No, that's absolutely true. Kids 100% live for like right now. You can be like, "Honey, let's go do this." And if they're having fun, they're like, "Why would I want to stop doing this fun thing to do a different fun thing?" I'm like, "You know what? That's very fair. Why would you?" "I don't know. I have no answer for you." She's like, "That's right. Because what you just said is stupid." Shout out to the person who, the second I started my stream, said the only reason that I'm here is because everybody else who's streaming right now is dog shit. I appreciate it. I don't know who else you follow, but it's weird that you follow a lot of people that you hate. Yeah, I mean, it's a compliment of some kind, surely. I'm here because I finished watching a VOD of yours. What VOD was it? Eastward. It was great. Dude, Eastward is very fun. Yeah, I'm excited to talk about the games that we played this week because we played some real good ones. Yeah. Everyone sucks, including you, but you suck a little less. Why, thank you. Wait, we have to choose one to watch. Oh my god. Anytime we talk about this, I don't know, I can't recall if I've seen Stubadale yet in chat today, but every time somebody mentions like either watching multiple streams or not being able to watch multiple streams, Stube's like, "I always watch many streams at once." There he is. I'll never understand. I can't watch more than one thing. I was gonna do my makeup on stream today, and now I'm not sure if I want to. We can put on moisturizer. You know what? We can put on moisturizer. We can do that at least. That's good. That's a good thing to do. Meat. Got all over my hand. Whatever. Cool. I need 3 minimum. 3 things to listen to or 3 streams going. I definitely have like auditory processing issues where like if more than one thing is like competing for my attention, it stresses me out so bad. I've talked about that before, but like that's why I can't watch more than one stream at a time. If I'm playing a game while I'm watching something, I have to turn the music on the game completely off. The sound effects are fine, but if the music is on, if it's like constant noise from both things, I can't do it. If I'm in the living room and Sam is watching a thing on TV and Clark is playing a game, I have to leave the room. And Sam knows this about me and has always known this about me. But yeah. Shout out to everybody else who has to have subtitles on all the time. Clarky. If you have a question, ask Daddy, okay? Thank you. Love you. Yeah. Why would you not have subtitles? Sam's gotten so used to them now. At first, he would be like, they're so distracting. But not anymore. He's used to them enough that we were watching something and Clark walked in front of the screen and she wasn't blocking the screen, but she was blocking the subtitles. And Sam was like, honey, step away from the TV. We can't read what it says. And I was like, you use the subtitles now. I knew it. Oh, they totally do. No, that's absolutely a problem. Comedic timing is destroyed with subtitles. Anything that's like, that has, a pause for a reason, the pause is ruined because they don't write that into the subtitle. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I'm totally fine with silence. I'm really okay with it. And considering how much I love music, it is a little weird. And I only ever like thought about this a lot when I was on what podcast was that with Brian? There was a podcast I was asked to be on, Ninja Brian, as many of you would know him. Asked me to be on a podcast. They were talking about Late at Night. That's the name of the podcast. They were talking about like having music on in the house. And Brian was saying that, like, they always have music on in the house. And it didn't occur to me that it's strange that I almost never have music on in the house. Like, Clark and I sing a lot, and we play with musical instruments a lot. And if she asks to listen to a specific song, we play it. But, like, generally, I don't put anything on, ever. I think I just know a lot of people who want there to be sound all the time. And so it gets pointed out to me fairly often that not everybody really enjoys just being in the quiet, that some people really hate it. That's like my dad. My dad always has the TV on. My dad's also a notorious, like, out loud, full volume, talking to himself person. My entire life is filled with memories of my mom being like, who are you talking to? Because my dad would literally just be sitting there talking. And my mom would be like, me? Are you talking to me or are you talking to yourself? What's happening? That would happen all the time. He also, like, as he's gotten older, has become more of a mumbler. which has just exacerbated the problem. So imagine, if you will, my dad is downstairs mumbling to himself, and all of us are like, he's vibing, he's doing his thing. And then there'll be a long pause, and he'll be like, guys? Yes, baby. Oh, he's in the guest room, honey. Sorry, baby. Yeah, he's in the guest room, darling. Oh, poor Clarky. She went all over the house looking for Sam, not realizing that he's in a different room. But yeah, this has been my whole life an issue with my dad of like not knowing is who's he talking to. Yeah, Clarky came in and like snuck into my bed at some point last night. I didn't realize until I actually woke up in the morning, which was at like 7, and she woke up at like 7:15. So I woke up a little bit earlier, but I kept expecting oh no, Clark like when she woke up, she was like, I'm going to go find daddy. She's like, I'm going to go find daddy. And I was like, okay. And so she left, which she does this sometimes. Sometimes the first thing she does when she wakes up in the morning is just goes downstairs to be like, daddy, hello. So she went downstairs and she was down there for a long time, and I did not hear Sam talking. Normally, like, it's not that I can hear exactly what they're saying, but I can hear the drone, right? The drones of different tones of voices. She was down there for a long time and then came upstairs and was like, I don't know where he is. And we realized that because Clark was in our bed, he didn't want to disturb us, so he went to sleep in the guest room. So this was a repeat of this morning. I feel really bad. This is a repeat of this morning where I was like, go ask your dad if you have a question. And she's gone for a while and then is like, I don't know where he is. Poor Clarky. I mean, hopefully she found him. It's literally one door over, so. Training to become the greatest detective. It sucks when my girl's trying to find me and I have no idea. I think Sam kind of loves it when it's like, it's only, you know, ever when he comes to bed really late. But like, if it's 7 a.m. and she goes down there and she's like, daddy. I think he loves it. Then he grabs her like, you know, a banana or something and plops her on the couch and is like, I'll go get mommy. And he goes to bed. And it's cute. I just feel bad. I'm a big sap. I'm kind of happy that we didn't go blackberry picking because, you know, it's Saturday, so it's a short stream today. So I'm kind of like, oh, maybe we could all go. Maybe when I'm done with my stream, all 3 of us can go. Thank you. We're definitely not. We run into issues all the time with parenting, but I don't think that there's a parent on earth that doesn't. Thank you, Jossum. Guys, Jossum is currently taking commissions. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you've shut them down already, but Jossum is currently taking commissions for horror busts for the spooky season, and they look amazing. If you want something like that, you should check out their Twitter. I closed them. Never mind. That happened so fast. I'm happy for you. Yeah, I mean, Clucky's never been blackberry picking. So I was saying, like, I'm a little nervous about it because obviously they're prickly. So somebody was like, just have her hold the basket and then you show her how to do it. which that's very positive thinking with a toddler. Toddlers want to know how to do everything right now. So don't you have berry scoops? No, I don't even know what those are. Berry scoops? Berry scoops or pog? I don't even know what they are. Wait a sec. Berry picker, plastic blueberry rake. Hand picking versus picking with tools. I'm getting the feeling that this is probably not. Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't know that this would make sense for me. They're cheap though. They're not expensive. Like $13. But it would create a situation where you're also picking the ones that aren't ready. Like a lot of the plants, at least here, a lot of the plants, like the areas where I would be using that thing, I would get a ton of red unripened blackberries as well. It means you get leaves and other crap. Yeah, I don't know if I care enough. It kind of wrecks the bush too. I don't know that I care enough. We're just gonna go pick a bunch of blackberries and do something fun with them. And that's true, Alex. The blackberry bushes grow forever. I've only ever eaten blackberries raw. My nana used to make pies out of them, but I've never made anything out of them really. So I was saying, like, I saw a video of somebody who was like, "Hey, try making blackberry sugar. It's really, really good." And they dehydrated blackberries until they turned it into dust, and then crushed them up with sugar and mixed them, and it turned into this really pretty purple sugar. And I was like, maybe I'll do that. And then there's also, we were talking about how blackberries and vodka is like a natural way to dye vodka black. So yeah, I think that there are lots of fun things that we could do. And our fingers will be dyed for a day or two. How do you dehydrate them? I own a dehydrator because I like dehydrating fruits and things for snacks. What was that about blackberries and vodka? Okay, I talked about this a lot yesterday, so I'm not going to go into it in depth. But basically, vodka is really easy to dye with stuff. So you'll see sometimes tutorials for put Skittles in vodka and turn vodka, green with green Skittles or whatever. It's just like a more natural non-candy way to dye vodka is to use fruits. So you can put blackberries in vodka and turn it black if, for aesthetic reasons, you think it would be fun to have black vodka that has a blueberry flavor thing going on. You can put things in the oven at low temp for a long time. Yeah. Dehydrators are nice because you can, it's just more controlled and it's a smaller space. And you also set it for a certain amount of time. So you don't have to keep as much of an eye on it. But yeah, dehydrating is fun. Using the oven like that feels sketch. It's a totally normal way to do that if you don't have a dehydrator. It's just to put it on its lowest setting and just bake a thing for literally like 10 to 12 hours. Lots of people do that. If you have a dehydrator though, it's just more energy efficient. It's more controlled. It's better. Why is your door blocked? Because I have a toddler. Yeah, totally. My sister-in-law had one that was like this big and just had like a few like kind of smaller trays. Mine is like this big-ish, I think, with a few trays. They don't have to be huge. The first one, the one that my mom bought me when I was still in America, was gigantic. It was so big. So I'm grateful that the one that I have now is much smaller. Da, 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 da. My grandmother has a toaster oven. I spent the entire time I was with her quizzing where she found one in the UK. Incredible. It's funny, isn't it? Like what things are really easy to find in America and not as easy to find here. I feel like that Venn diagram is getting smaller and smaller though. Like the number of things that you can't easily find here but can easily find in America. I think that it's getting smaller for sure. Yeah, we don't really use kettles in America. Which I'm not going to go into again. If somebody responds with, what? I'm going to ignore it. But just take my word for it. We don't really use kettles in America. I feel like because I have a toddler becomes the answer to a lot of things when you have a toddler. It's true. That is true. Yeah. Um there's like the level to which your brain starts to tell you like what's even the point of cleaning when there's a toddler in your house is actually unreal. Like it's such a job. It's such a job to convince myself to pick up an area. Even if she's helping, right? Even if I'm like, okay, wow, we have such a big mess in the living room. That means we played so much today. That's so fun. I'm so glad that we had such a good time, but now we got to pick this shit up. Even even then, even when I know that she's going to be helping, I'm still just like, what's the point? Tomorrow morning, she's just going to do it all over again. I've been so good with cleaning lately. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you. That's great. Yeah, it's the struggle care thing. It doesn't have to be spotless. It has to be functional. It has to be at a level where you can live your life and do the things that you need to do. And beyond that is flavor. Beyond on the day to day, beyond that is just like icing, right? put off cleaning until I need to do it. Sam has managed to like create the habit. I'm so proud of him because I have not. He and I at one point were like, we need to create the habit of once we're done eating a thing, the next time we get up, if our hands are empty, that dish better be in the hands, right? We better pick up that dish and take it down with us, or take it to the kitchen, right? We don't have to wash it immediately, but it needs to stop just sitting in our offices. Sam has been amazing at that. He like really committed to that. I still struggle with that a lot. It's because the second I set a dish aside, it ceases to exist. If I'm like watching a thing and I'm eating and I finish eating, I don't want it in front of me anymore. I set it off to the side. And when I get up again, it doesn't exist. It's not real anymore. So, what are you going to do? One of these days. Dish becomes part of the office, kind of. Yeah. This is what do you remember back when I was still in America and I started watching a ton of videos about minimalism? I still think about all of the sort of stuff that I learned watching those videos, because I've accepted like it's a, you know, a mess with less sort of ideology for me of like, I still believe 100% that the key to my success would be to just get rid of a bunch of shit. Just be really honest with myself. I love having a ton of shit on the walls. I love having a ton of shit on bookshelves. But like, there's like, there are just sort of things that clutter, that always clutter. And when I moved, I was like, I'm going to watch a bunch of videos about this to make it easier for me to figure out how to get rid of stuff for this move, right? And I was like, and then when we get there, we're going to have way less shit. And then the problem was, number one, that we have a kid. And so we're constantly like either, you know, absorbing from other people, or buying clothing, items, whatever, for this kid, right? Even if things are just being given to us, that's still stuff that's winding up in our house, right? And also when we got here, all of the stuff that we had shipped over wasn't here yet. So we were in an empty house going, fuck. Fuck, there's a bunch of shit that we have to buy, right? And so we bought a bunch of shit. And now I'm looking at our house going, how does this fucking happen? It's very apt. This is the topic the day I'm stressing out about mess. You know, sometimes the key for me is to make the bar so unbelievably low. Like, just choose something so small. Like, I'm going to do this thing, right? You look over and you're like, well, there's a lot of mess over there, but I specifically see 3 old pizza boxes. I can pick up 3 old pizza boxes. I can do that. And maybe then your brain will be like, well, I'm able to hold those 3 pizza boxes in one hand. I can pick up one other thing. If I'm already doing it, I can pick up one other thing, right? Like sometimes it snowballs and sometimes it doesn't, but at least you started. If I have favorite horror or supernatural stuff, oh gosh, Uzumaki is my favorite horror manga. Um, horror or supernatural stuff. I always love werewolves. I feel like werewolves don't get enough credit. I need better werewolf content. Everybody's all up vampire buttholes. And I wish that people would spend a little bit more time fleshing out the possibilities with werewolves. Beyond like they're a pack. They have pack mentality and all that shit. Like surely we can go somewhere else with this. British movie called Dog Soldiers. It's a decent werewolf movie. Wonderful. I will. Yeah. I'm an Omega, etc. Sorry, I'm not going to start that conversation. Dog Soldiers. Okay, I'm bringing up a... Here we go. Oh my goodness. The cover art, though. It's... Here's the crazy thing. It's giving me showtimes. Like, this movie is playing in theaters. Oh my god. You know, it has a pretty good rating on Rotten Tomatoes. There you go. The Descent is by the same director and also amazing. Why do I feel like I've seen The Descent? Yes, I've seen The Descent before. Because this came out right when I was starting college, I think. I remember having a conversation with Lane Pavogi specifically about this movie. Did I ever want to act in TV or movies? Absolutely. 100%. It's not really on my radar anymore. But yeah, that's something that I was absolutely interested in. Why? Well, because I got a degree in theater. I spent years and years and years acting on stage. But I would really love and still would have loved to be in something that was sci-fi related. And there isn't a whole lot of like good sci-fi stage production stuff that goes on. And so I was like, one of these days, I'm going to just at least audition for like something Stargate, Star Trek-ish. I want to do that. I want to be on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel in a weird, obscure movie. And I never really got the opportunity to do that, unfortunately. Which is fine. Because now I have a kid and stuff, and I live in England, and those opportunities really were potentially in my lap while I was in Los Angeles, and I just didn't pursue it because there was other stuff going on. So it's okay. You can't do everything with your life. You can't do all the stuff that you're interested in, but it's good to try and pursue some stuff, right? No, I hear that being in like really heavy face makeup with like prosthetics and stuff for hours and hours and hours, being an alien on one of those shows is like unbelievably exhausting. Could you explain the attraction of acting? I don't think so. Acting's just fun. Performing is fun. I've done dance and acting and all of that sort of shit almost my entire life. It's just really, really fun. And if you enjoy acting in some way and you find that you're doing the same form of acting over and over again, so say that like somebody's like, you're really funny, we're just going to keep putting you in funny stuff, and you're just, you know, you're playing like a funny character over and over again, and then you get the opportunity to do something more serious, to play a more serious character. Sometimes that can really unlock something for you of like, oh man, I acted in a different way this time, and like that really like stretched me in an interesting way in terms of like how I had to embody this character. It's the same sort of shit that it's the same reason why role play is one of my favorite parts of D&D, because in D&D you create the character, but in a play or in a TV show or something, you're given a character, right, and told to sort of like parse together who you think that person is, and embody them. And that's really interesting. It's a really, really fun, interesting thing to do, and very frustrating if you can't seem to quite like sync up with it, you know, which has absolutely happened to me before. I've been given a role before and the director the whole time was like, I don't think you're getting it. Which was so depressing. And it wasn't until after we had already done the performance that I figured it out. I had to watch myself to figure it out and be like, oh my God. Right? Like it was one of those situations where I just couldn't, until it was done, I couldn't like step outside of myself and realize what they needed, you know? And seeing the final product, I realized what was missing and what this character was supposed to be. And I felt so bad because it was a student director as well. So I think like she was having trouble sort of figuring out how to explain herself as a director and like guide me in that way. And I was also a student actor. So I was trying to like figure out what the character is, and both of us were just like too inexperienced to like fully understand what to do there. But tips on how to better present your voice. How do you mean? Like project? Blind leading the blind? A little bit. We were just both in the process of learning, you know? And so it wasn't like the optimum optimal optimum. It wasn't the optimal situation. Speak clearly and loud, but without loud, if that makes sense. Yeah, just to have your voice carry. So you should look up diaphragm exercises. So the thing to think about, at least for me, is to recall that babies are able to just lay there and cry for hours, and yell and scream and cry for hours, and they don't hurt their throats, right? Unless it goes on forever. Why is that? Because they know how to project their voice properly. It's something that everybody can do. So it just takes, as an adult, we don't like breathe the same way that we do when we're first born. Learning how to breathe into your diaphragm and push sound out properly is something that you can totally do exercises for. D&D is like long form improv. Yeah. Yes. You don't have a script. You don't have none of that shit. You're just trying to like embody a character and figure out what they would do in the moment. And it's really hard. Doing like Callus Row, right? Being in VR and like being in the body of the character that you're playing and running around and like interacting with people as that character. I had to constantly remind myself like what Moral would do because it's so much more to be actually walking around as that character is so much more intimate. I don't know any other word to use really. It like immersive isn't the right word either because the problem is like immersing myself, I think. Is allowing myself to be immersed and to actually like be that character because I constantly question whether or not I'm doing things as me or as Moral, you know? And it's really odd. It's an odd thing to have to think about. Moral hates doctors, fucking hates doctors, and will not go into hospitals, right? The not going into hospitals was an easy thing to RP. Anytime somebody would go into a hospital, I'd be like, I'm good, right? And just not go in. That was an easy thing to remember. But interacting with people, if it was revealed like somebody is a doctor when you're already talking to them, it was difficult in the moment to remind myself like that would be a problem for Moral. Like how would Moral react to that when they're already in a conversation with this person? I don't know, right? Those sorts of moments were really interesting for me. I should update the Moral command. I know the Moral art by Raspelbach was so good. It was so cool. I have it open right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like make sure that the wiki is fully filled out for Moral, and that way the command can just link to that because it has like my edges and stuff on there. Do you think you're gonna stream Callus Row when the next season comes out? I would like to. It depends on how Clark's doing. If Clark is still having trouble sleeping, it'll be more difficult. Because I played in season 2 and not even for all of season 2. I played for part of season 2. And I was having to step away all the time because Clarky would wake up all the time, which sucked. So the question is like whether or not she's still, if she's sleeping better by the time that season 3 comes around, then maybe I would attempt it. But if a stream of Callus Row is literally me walking away like constantly, there's no point, you know? Callus Row is a virtual reality LARP. So a bunch of maps were made in VR chat, and everyone gets models made of the character that they want to play, and then you hop into VR chat as your character, and then you basically LARP with people. You walk around on the maps and you interact with people, and it's once a week. And in between sessions, story beats and things are established with the DMs and everything. So there's always like some kind of a story event that's happening every time. So you can interact with that story event or not. Totally depends on you and your character. And And as long as you're there for 50% of the sessions, you will level up. But I think they're redoing the level up system probably. So like with the current system, I had put all of my points into botany and medicine crafting because I wanted my character to be a pharmacologist. So I wanted to create a situation where I could just grab plants, mushrooms, whatever, and create medicines out of them on the fly, which is what I was doing during the end of that season. So Sam was a character for a hot minute in Callus Row season 2, and then I think Sci-Fi asked him if he would be interested in DMing, and he said, "Sure, that sounds really fun." But then he hurt his back and his neck. He like created a situation where he literally couldn't do VR. So he was like, I'm going to take some time off until like that's feeling better. And by then, like, they were over halfway through the season. And so I think they had a conversation off to the side that was like, I would still love to DM. Maybe I can DM season 3 and you know, come back for that. And they were like, okay. I know. It's always Sam. It's always Sam. Why is he so cursed? My sweet love. Oh, well, welcome. Has Sam ever DM'd? I'd love to see him do a one-shot. I have encouraged him many, many times to DM. And he has claimed that he doesn't want to do it because... One second, honey. Do I like what? Open it? I do. Daddy's calling you. Almost know the Sam lore. What, that he's an alien who can speak alien? That has been established by my child. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to pin these little wispies back. No. This way? Oh, my God. I don't even know. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Thank you. Yeah, I was saying I was looking for the hairbrush and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I was like, I guess I'll just throw them in messy buns. But everybody's saying they look cute, so great. Where did Supergirl Daddy come from? Clark said that she was, if I recall correctly, she was Supergirl and that Sam was Supergirl Daddy instead of Superman. And it was very cute. She also one time said, "I'm the princess, mommy's the queen, and daddy's the prince." And he was like, "Why can't I be the king?" And she was like, "No, you're the prince." He was like, "All right." Any new cryptids? She hasn't been in like a like she's really she wants to read. She wants to know how to read like yesterday. So, we haven't been doing as much like concocting of new stories. It's mostly she picks up books that she knows really well and like reads them to me, which is very cute. So there haven't really been a lot of like Clarky cryptids over the last while. Yeah. My sweetheart. She's very cute. Our little niece is having surgery. And so I was trying to explain to her because she was like, "I really want to see her." And I was like, "I know, but she's having surgery and she's going to need to like rest up and feel better. So we're not going to be able to see her for a while." And she was like, "I don't know what that is. What is that?" And so me trying to explain to her what surgery is. And the sort of questions that a toddler will ask about that is kind of funny. Like it's like, well, because she asks about medical stuff all the time. She's really into bones, like all kinds of things. Like, so I felt pretty comfortable being like, okay, well, a doctor. It's like, you know how she's got like the little bump. And Clarky was like, yes. It's like, okay, so a doctor is, we've got all kinds of things in here. We've got our heart, our lungs, our stomach, all kinds of stuff, but we can't reach it. And she was like, yeah. I was like, so a doctor who knows how to do it is gonna cut a little hole and it's gonna hurt, right? Because when we cut ourselves, it hurts really bad. And she was like, yeah. Like, so a doctor's gonna cut so that he can get in there and he can fix what's wrong, and then he's gonna sew it back up, and then River's body is gonna work really hard to fix the hole, but everything inside is gonna be all sorted and it's gonna be better. And she was like, why is that gonna hurt? I was like, I love that that's what you ask. She asked it a few times. Like, I don't understand why that would hurt. It's like, because she's getting cut open, Clarky. Because she's getting cut open. That's why. So. Yeah. I mean, she's a kid. She's, hurt herself on things constantly. So I was like, you hurt yourself on a thing enough that you started bleeding, and it hurts really bad and it takes a while for it to go away. It's going to be the same for River. She's going to have a big, like, cut that needs to happen to fix things. But then her body's going to have to fix it and it's going to take a while. Clarky was like, but I want to see her. I was like, I understand. You're going to have to be patient. How many cousins does Clark have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 currently? And a 9th on the way. The 9th one will be born end of the year. 3 of them are adults. 3 of them are my sister's kids in America, and they're adults. It's the boy. My nephew's growing like a weed. He's 9 weeks old and is already crawling and holding his head up. Oh. Can't wait for tonight's misdemeanor. I think it's been canceled. I'm sad, but I think it's been canceled. Yeah, because Hunter, who plays Armstrong, Dookie Shed, isn't back yet or isn't able to be on the show yet. And Brett was like, I would really rather that everybody who's in the current situation, no spoilers, everybody that's in the current situation be there to attend. So, but yeah, he's I believe he's fine. I'm still in the baby fight. No spoilers. No spoilers. Don't worry. I was so confused when I heard you say Hunter. Yeah, Hunter's the name of one of the players in Misdemeanor in our pirate D&D game. The boy! Hello, boy! He's ignoring the shit out of me. There he comes! There he is! Literally running from me. And Watson. Watson, you're not going to leave me, right? She's thinking about it. Oh my God. So I didn't realize that there's not one, but 2 new Care Bears shows. So we were like, oh, Netflix made a Care Bears show called Care Bears and Cousins or something like that. And then Clark was asking for the names of all the Care Bears. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even remember. And she was like, Daddy said that there were Care Bears when he was little. And I was like, yeah, there were Care Bears when I was little. And she was like, oh, really? And was asking all of their names while the episode was on. And I was like, I don't. I know Grumpy and I know Cheer Bear. And that's the extent. That's all that I remember. So we were looking up the names of all of them and then realized, like, wait, there's 2. There's 2 new Care Bears shows. What the fuck? So, yeah. There's so many. There's so many. There's Grumpy Bear, there's Cheer Bear, there's Luck Bear, there's Friendship Bear and Wish Bear and Harmony Bear. There were so many where I was like, I remember seeing this bear. I do not remember it ever having a name. Honey Bunny, your little clawsies. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I think I have clippies for you. Wait a sec. Come on then. I do. Look at that. I'm just gonna do this real fast. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's fine. We're vacuuming today, aren't we? 5. Other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we've been giving her nail clips since she was little, so she's fine with it. Sherlock's harder to do because I got him when he was already an adult. And now I'm covered in cat hair. Yeah, look at all this. Black trousers, black shirt, white cat. The worst. Yeah, the thing that really changed the game for me when clipping Sherlock's nails is to wrap him in a towel. And I know that he doesn't like it, but if I can get him in a towel, if I can wrap him up, basically swaddle him, I can like fish out one paw and clip it and then shove it back in and fish out the other paw and shove it back in and then release. Nail jail. I like that. Yeah, I put him into nail jail. Have you guys seen that? I would never do this because the idea of having a bunch of cat hair in my mouth actually makes me feel like gagging a little bit. But there are some people who swear by picking up the cat and then grabbing this right here with their mouth and then clipping the nails, basically acting like a mama cat and grabbing them by this point, and it makes them just like chill. I saw like so many videos and clips of people like biting their cats by the scruff and then clipping their nails. And I'm just like, nah, I'll keep using the towel. I'm good. I think the reason that they're doing it with their mouth is because you need both hands to clip their nails, but no, thank you. I would just like to say I have not looked up whether or not this is like a bad idea or a bad thing to do. I'm literally just telling you that I saw a bunch of people making videos of doing this and were like, wow, it worked great. And I was like, no. No, thank you. The cats were too weirded out to complain. Goodness. I could swear, but I won't. I swear that I got a lint roller, but I don't know where it is. Depresso. Well, yeah, cats should naturally bite off their nail caps, but unless they're like outside or have things that are naturally like dulling the claws, it's gonna hurt when they come knocking. If they like sitting on your lap and doing this shit, blood, only blood. What chicken breeds do you and Sam have? I'm a chicken fanatic. I don't know. I'm not sure. I got them as adult chickens from a farm. And I don't know what kind of chickens they are. One of them is black, Mrs. Hudson, and the other two, one is gray with like ginger coloring in the front, and the other one is just gray and white. All of their eggs are like creamy colored or brown. I don't know what kind they are. I do know that one of them, when I wash off the bloom to like use the eggs, I don't know if this is like one of them specifically does this or if it's just like any of them have like a random chance of it's like an egg gotcha. I don't know. But we keep getting eggs with, you can't tell at first until you wash them, but they're covered in really pretty spots. They'll be like creamy, like white looking eggs. And then when you wash the bloom off, there's brown spots all over them. Oh, they're so pretty. It's such a cool reveal. Miko, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you're having a good day. Egg freckles, yeah. You ever get double yolkers? We got a few double yolkers when we first got them. We haven't had a double yolker in a long time, though, I feel like. But the quality of the yolks now, oh my god. So good. Really like dark orange creamy yolks. So very happy with that. The eggs are like so tasty. Well, no, we can't do that because unless I was like, I mean, if I was going to make like a huge quiche or something, sure. I was going to say I'm not going to sit there and wash all of my eggs because you have to like leave them unwashed in order for them to stay on the counter and not go bad. The bloom is what protects them, right? But if I was making something that needed a shit ton of eggs, like a quiche or a frittata or something, then yeah, we could do a stream where I literally just sit there and wash eggs. Sure. Somebody asked that last time that we talked about this, whether or not we've talked about selling the eggs. My answer then, which is also my answer now, is we have 3 chickens. They lay us 3 eggs a day because we're still in laying season. And generally we eat them just fine. And when we have a surplus, it's pretty rare. And so we will just give a box of 6 eggs to somebody in the family or to our neighbors. So, no. No, we haven't thought about selling them. And if we were going to, we would probably do another thing that we talked about last time, which is just like make a little booth outside of our house and leave eggs out there with a little honesty box and be like, if you need eggs, take eggs, leave some cash, please. No, you don't have to apologize. Pengui Bo, happy birthday. Do you still talk to Lisa Foyles? I haven't talked to Lisa Foyles in forever. I think Jesse talks to her fairly often, but I haven't talked to her in years, to be honest. No, when I was living in Oregon, because again, we have grass hay fields that get produced. And so for, a couple weeks out of the year, there are these huge circular bales in our yard. And so for a long time there, I was like, I should really get into archery because I've got the perfect targets. No one's around. I should absolutely get into archery, and I never did. How does the cost of keeping chickens compare to buying eggs in the store? I mean, if you would enjoy having some chickens around, then the like extra benefit is you get eggs. If you're literally getting chickens because you want them to give you eggs, yeah, you're having to buy their food and you change out their coop, like bedding and all of that sort of stuff. You can definitely, depending on what you eat, you can feed them a lot of scraps from what you're already using in your kitchen. So maybe feeding them isn't actually like that big of a thing. But yeah, I mean, they're a pet, right? They're a creature that you got to keep alive. So you have to keep them in mind with potential vet bills, with potential X, Y, and Z. You have to be worried about predators. Like, yeah, it's extra things to have on your mind. So, you know, it depends on what their value is to you. Oh, amazing. Thank you, Just Monica. I hope you're having a good day. Appreciate you swinging by the stream. I have seen the cat brush that is a tongue that you put in your mouth, and I will also never do that. Have you seen the predators that would come for your chickens? Fortunately, foxes just scream. So, generally, I don't worry about it too much. If I hear a fox, though, I'm outside. It doesn't matter what time of the day. I'm outside just ready to fucking kick ass. I double check that everything having to do with the coop is closed up and secure and good. But yeah, literally last night at 3 a.m., I woke up to a fox screaming outside, and I was like, all right, and ran outside, naked as the day I was born, with a spoon from the kitchen, like, there a fucking fox out here who wants to start shit? So that was me. 3 a.m. ready to fight for my ladies. I love foxes, but they need to stay away. That sight would intimidate me. Foxes being sneaky is fox propaganda. It's actually wild. I mean, those of you who have been watching me consistently since when we first moved here, you remember me hearing foxes and thinking to myself, like, what did Watson get outside? Like, what is happening? What is that sound? It sounds like one of my cats is outside and is like hurt. And the longer I've been here, I've realized that's what foxes sound like. They're like, they make really weird, unsettling noises. And sometimes it's basically just screaming. So they sound like a woman screaming. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a weird, like, barking, screaming noise. It's not my favorite. I follow a couple fox rescues on Instagram. I'm so used to the sound now. Yeah, I remember when I got really into fennec foxes. I would watch so many videos of people who like owned fennec foxes, which was enough to convince me that I never ever want one. It's like, no, this isn't for me. But yeah, the sorts of sounds that foxes make are not cute. They're not cute noises. Fun fact, my nephew is really into the song What Does the Fox Say? I don't think he realizes that that's like, it's not old, but you know, it came out like quite a few years ago. Incredible. I was like, oh my God, people still are watching this. That's amazing. How could he not be up to date with meme culture? I know. 6-year-olds, man. Surely they're up to date on the memes. Small nephew. Was there no Jesse and Doog react to PlayStation's stream thing? No? I have not played Deltarune, no. So I'm not as jazzed about Chapter 2 as everybody else is. It is killing me that we have a command for literally everything now. What is it? LAS? Yeah! There we go. There's a Life is Strange command. Haha. I did not watch the Job Action trailer. I never watch that stuff. This is why I'll always be a casual. This is why I'll always be a super cash. The White Mage stuff is so good and cool. Nice. I'm glad. Coffee's been consumed. Take care. Thanks for hanging. What's the first song you heard that made you be like, yeah, that's my shit? I don't know that I could even remember. We basically only listened to jazz and blues in the house growing up, so it was probably one of those. Twinkle Twinkle slaps. It's pretty good. Yeah, my dad was a jazz musician, and then my brother, for any of you who listen to my brother's music, my brother's music is very like jazzy funk sort of stuff. So you can definitely see like he's pulled a lot from my dad in his music, which is cool, but like really made it his own. We should, oh my gosh, if we don't have a Jared command, I should make one. Cat. Hi. You okay? What happened? Yeah? Are you upset with me? She's licking at her paws like, oh, there we go. Can Rat Museum be Jared's command? I think that's a little too difficult to remember. My rainy season shirt is supposed to arrive today. I hope you love it. Yay. This shirt and many others available on catgangshop.com. Yeah, 14 is fantastic. Hi, Sci-Fi. I was just talking about you in like an adjacent way. Don't worry. We were talking about Callus Row. I hope you're doing good. No, don't make that face. Wait, let me VIP you so you can talk as much as you want.
Welcome, you fine cat.
Aw, Sofa. Thank you for gifting Sci-Fi a sub. Very busy these past few weeks. Yeah, I bet. Sci-fi spotted sending love. Hell yeah. Deserved. I think I saw Sam Strippin wearing that shirt. That's true. This is Sam's favorite shirt of our new stuff. Legitimately, I don't know where my phone is. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. How are the cats doing? Yeah, they're all right. Watson, what you doing? She's like, I'm just thinking about stuff. Yeah, she's doing okay. A lot of the areas that she was really like frantically licking, the hair is starting to grow back. So that's good. That's a good sign. Sherlock's doing all right. Yeah. Yes, these are all cat hairs. So, you know. Your rainy day shirt will not come complete with cat hair. So if you would like this look, you're going to have to achieve it on your own. I'm sorry. I know. Bring your own cat hair. We do not sell cat hair. Please be advised. Does not come with cat hair. Red the Red, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. How'd you go about choosing the artists for the t-shirts? It was basically us looking at artists and going, okay, we would like to choose a kind of a wide variety. We wanted all of the shirts to very obviously have different like vibes and styles to them, which I think we achieved. And Danny and I just know a ton of artists, so we just kind of like chose people and reached out, and if they said nah, then we moved on to the next person. But we were very fortunate in that pretty much everybody that we asked at first was like, yeah, sounds great. So, but we have like a huge list of people that we want to work with. So this has all gone really well. So, Omo Cat Gang, I know, one day. The Omo Cat Gang collab would be crazy. Any more Eastward today? Well, we don't play games on Saturday, but also, I don't plan on doing more Eastward streams. Bye, Ghost. Have a good day. Yeah, we're coming up on like 15 minutes left of the stream. If y'all want to talk about the games that we played this week, because we played some good shit. So, as a reminder, to anybody, or even just like information for anybody who hasn't been here in a hot minute, yeah, I know, right? It's fun. We're moving away from doing Let's Plays on the channel because it just doesn't make sense for me with the amount of time that I normally have allotted for playing games, and we wind up getting stuck on a game for like a month. And new games pass me by and I don't get to play them, and it makes me sad. So, I decided to start doing a thing where basically every day I play a different game. I still am focusing on indies or smaller titles, or trying to. And yeah, and then the idea is that every Saturday I kind of do a wrap up of like, these are the things we played this week. These are the things that I would recommend, or the things that I would continue to play, or just kind of try to do like a spoiler-free review of each one. Yeah. And that way I get to try a lot of stuff. And if I want to continue to play it in my own time, I can, and it's no big. So, I know that some people were like, I really hope that sometimes we still get a full playthrough of a thing. I think shorter stuff, maybe sometimes we would do, but longer things, I'm perfectly happy to not do full playthroughs of anymore. Yeah. It's actually been like really, really nice. How in my like off time, I've been able to look at Steam and go, oh shit, I could just play that. Like, I don't have to wait until stream. I could just play that in my own time, like at my own pace. That's actually really awesome. So, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. It does, yeah. So anyways, so the games that we played this week were Lost in Random, Eastward, and Deathloop. Those were the three that we mostly touched on this week. Why is that? Did we skip a stream? I think we did. I think one of those webbed, no stream on Monday. That's what it was. Webbed, we played last week. Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh, time flies. Yes, Monday I was seeing Jesse. So I saw Jesse on Monday. It was lovely. It was wonderful friend time. It was great. And then we played Lost in Random. Lost in Random was great. I have continued to play that off stream. I think I'm almost done with it. Really good. I would say the weakest part of it is the combat, to be honest, but aesthetically, like the look of it, the vibe of it, the writing is fantastic. It's fully voice acted. It's a great little adventure game. It's about 10 hours-ish, 10 to 15 hours, depending on how slow you are. It's taking me longer, but generally it looks like it's taking people about 10 hours. The combat, I say, is weakest because it utilizes a dice mechanic where you basically like can't do damage until you've absorbed enough energy from your enemies, and then you roll the die, and when you roll the die, a bunch of cards pop up, and so it's like a deck builder, but also like an action adventure RPG game. So the problem with that is that if you don't have a weapon currently, if you haven't drawn a card to give yourself a weapon, you're just kind of sitting there with a slingshot that can't do damage, like waiting until you get enough energy to be able to throw the die and hope that you have a card that's going to give you a weapon. But the weapons also don't last forever, right? So they get chipped away at. So it's just, combat takes a while. It's really jarring. It's lots of like start and stop, right? You have to constantly be throwing the dice, and when you do, time pauses, which is really nice, so you can figure out exactly what card you want to use. But like, it doesn't have a very good flow to it, unfortunately. But even then, even with the combat being like relatively weak, I still really like the game. Like, I like it enough that every time I've had free time, I've been like, all right, let's play some Lost in Random, right? I'm really, really enjoying it. So, yeah, like I said, I think that I'm almost done with it. I think I probably only have like an hour or two left of the game. So I definitely recommend that game. Just keep in mind that the combat is like a little bit weak, but generally the story writing, everything else is superb. So it makes it worth it. It's good enough that it completely counteracts the obnoxiousness of the combat. Eastward is also fantastic. Eastward is a little pixel adventure game. And people have been really, really excited for this game to come out. It was so fun. It has such a good vibe to it. It's really, really cute. The art is beautiful. I'm excited to play more of that game for sure. But I'm trying to finish Lost in Random first. But so far, I've really, really liked it. I think the way that they're doing like the world building and the setting, it has kind of like an old school storytelling vibe to it, which I appreciate. I think that it's been really fun, and I haven't even gotten to play that much of it. So yeah, that game is fantastic. I was talking about it with a couple of other people, and they said it just continued from where I started, or from where I stopped. People have been telling me like it just gets better as it goes. So that game is much longer. I think that game is like 25, 30, 40 hours long. It again depends on how long you take to do stuff. But it's beautiful. And it's got like some nice simple combat elements to it. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm excited to play more of that as well. That game I think is available on PC or Switch. Lost in Random, I actually don't know what all that's available on. Oh, Windows, Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Okay, it's on everything. Lost in Random is on everything because it's EA. And then the last thing that we played yesterday, we played Deathloop, which oddly enough, out of these three, is the one that I'm like, I enjoyed it. I'm not thinking about like playing it the same way that I am the other two. I would recommend Lost in Random and Eastward over Deathloop. But I think Deathloop also has like some interesting stuff going for it. And at the same time, so Deathloop is like a roguelite mixed with a time loop game, right? So start of the game, you like wake up on a beach and you're like constantly, every time you die you like reset, right? So it's got that time loop element, which you would get from not only the title but also from the trailers. Again, try not to spoil too much, but there's that, but then there's also like there's some stuff that you find that is like in perpetuity, I guess, like you can continue to use it. But like the flow of the game for me was a little bit weird. It tries to get you interested in exploring and yet kind of ushers you along at the same time, which seemed really strange. Like the pacing was a little strange, and I speculated, again, don't confirm or deny this, I speculated that maybe the game really wants you to beat it once, and then there is value in playing it again, and that there's some stuff that like you just can't do unless you've played all the way through the day. I don't know if that's true or not, and I don't want that to be like, again, I don't want any confirmation of that, but the way that the game is playing so far for me is the pacing is a little strange on it. That's all. Yeah, the AI is also super stupid. There was one point where the game was like, if you get noticed by this thing, it's gonna trigger a huge alarm and people are gonna come from everywhere to attack you. And I accidentally stood in front of a thing and it was like, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. And I was like, oh shit. So I hid, and literally the only thing that the AI that was near me said was, that's somebody else's problem. Everyone in chat was like, what? What do you mean? It was so strange. It's like, okay, I guess they don't give a shit. There was another point where I did a thing, again, try not to spoil too much, but I did a thing that accidentally like let everybody know where I was. An NPC outside was like, we got you now. He's in blah, blah, blah. We know right where he is. No one came to find me. No one. No one went in that building. And I was like, okay. Okay. It feels like this trap that I totally fell into maybe didn't matter. Somebody just said that the AI can get more interesting in certain situations. So yeah, again, I think that like it's a game where there's a lot of value in playing more of it, but the game so far isn't aesthetically and vibe wise is so cool, but gameplay wise and like the combat gameplay is most of the game, right? Gameplay wise is not enough my thing for me to be like chomping at the bit to play more. Does that make sense? I'm not like super into shooters. So the combination of like a shooter where you're also trying to keep track of like when certain things happen, etc. I love I adore the like puzzly element of finding something and being like, what the fuck happened here? If I had come here earlier, maybe I would have seen this happen, right? I love that sort of shit in time loop games. That's great. But again, the way that the game ushers you along, at least at the beginning, the way that it's like, it's fine. Let's just go to the next place. I'm like, but okay. So yeah, I think all three games are good. Again, I would recommend Lost in Random and Eastward over Deathloop, but I acknowledge that part of that is because Deathloop at its core is a shooter and I'm not super into shooters. So yeah, they were all, again, another week of games that I was super into. I want to finish Lost in Random, and then I'm going to go hard on Eastward, I think. Especially because Misdemeanor was canceled tonight, so I'm going to try to finish Lost in Random tonight, and that way I can, like, really focus on Eastward in my free time. Because with this pattern, next week we're going to play a bunch of games, and I'm going to love all of those too, and then be like, I don't have time. I don't have time to finish all of them. But that's okay, because again, it's better than a bunch of games coming out and me going, I never played that. I never got to try that, right? Because like time just went by and now other stuff is out. So I think this is still a better system for me because I'm at least getting to play way more stuff, even just once. I know, yeah, no Misdemeanor today. One of the players is not around, so we decided to push it. But if you're following Misdemeanor stuff and you didn't watch Shadow of Asmodia while some, oh my gosh, again, trying not to spoil, while some Misdemeanor adjacent shit was going on in Shadow of Asmodia, maybe watch those, because I think there were only like 3 or 4 episodes of that. And that's, I believe, done now. I think last night was the last episode of that. So if you want to watch a thing that is very much attached to what we're doing, watch Shadow of Asmodia. Anywho. No, I never even played the first Deltarune chapter. Which I know is weird because I went so hard on Undertale. Let's see. Weird Uncle Jay said, have a great day, cat gang. Furio's brother said, hey chat, guess what? You're all cute and cuddly, and I want to hug you all. Anime Hero said, happy Saturday to Dodger and the Cat Gang. I wanted to say you're all amazing and you deserve the best. Dodger, thank you for making an amazing community with your lovely family. Keep being an inspiration for many people. Thank you. What a sweet message. Fruity and Birch said, just took the bandage off of my Hades tattoo. I wanted to say thanks, Dukes, for introducing me to the game that got me through lockdown and that means so much to me now. Have a great weekend. If you feel comfortable, you should post a picture of your tattoo in Discord because I want to see it. Henry says, I think once upon a time I suggested a charity called Crossroads Foundation for the monthly ads to donate to. I'm now back in the saddle volunteering for them. Yes, we donated to, I feel like they were maybe the second charity that we donated to with ad money. This time, I'm the part-time books department manager. Things are much slower, but I'm hands-on processing every book that gets to people's hands, children or adults, textbooks or a light read, all of them. Again, thanks for choosing the charity back then. That's amazing. Oh, that's so cool, Henry. Very, very cool. I give her the points back for this. I give her the points back. Let's see. Is this person live? Oh no, I want a new tattoo so bad too. I know. Hey, mute. Thank you. Playing Mass Effect. Sure thing. I'm getting a new tattoo in October. Oh my gosh. Jealous. Amazing. Yeah, people were pointing out like that it's been like years since I got this done. It feels like I got it done not that long ago, but it was, my kid is like 3.5 now and I got it when she was a newborn. So okay, let's read off our activity feed and then I'll send you over to the next person. We can spread some love and joy around. This was up the entire time when we never played music, I just realized. But hey, what are you gonna do? Okie dokie. Diorama Clean. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you very much for the subscription. Torgrick, thank you for the 59. Crest of Chance for the 10. Johnny Servo for the 16. Dornish Vintage for the 18. Jodalern for the 81. Rob Responds for the 53. Suspicious Moogle for the 45. Witch T for the 42. That T-Rex for the 10. The Martine, thank you for the 3. Aguchi for the 37, Henry for the 16, Jay Pretorius for the 45, Rockhead Rumple for the 50, Dark Shadow for the 59, Contact Center Girl for the 13, Dark Shadow and Arnar, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Dora Lugas, thank you for the 53. Miko, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Volpine Bloodline, thank you for the 17. Zeddy for the 18. Eisner Guy for the 56. Invincible Destructor and Silpha, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Red the Red, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Ryuk, thank you for the 64. Oh my god. 4P Mint. I feel like there's an obvious way to read this and I cannot figure it out. Thank you for the 7 months. 4P Mint Theme. Miguel, thank you for the 13. Tahobo for the 21. Epidemic Bubble, thank you for the 42. And Hall Like Hallway, thank you for the 17. I really struggled with that name, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, we are going to the Chanderman, Dr. Subterfuge, and FLCO fan. Thank you very much for the gifted subs just now. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Anybody who has gifted a sub, thank you, you guys. If you were gifted a sub today by any of these lovely people, please take the time to say thank you. It's very sweet. Ooh, we're getting really grainy in here. The sun is going behind some clouds. I feel it. Our raid leader is from Court Injustice. So we're going to go see the Chanderman. Spread love, spread joy. Have a great rest of your day. No misdemeanor tonight. Tomorrow will be Godforged, if you want to check into that. Otherwise, my next normal stream will be on Monday. I'm going to go Blackberry picking with my family. Okay? I'll see you around. Bye.